What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. Hope all of you are doing fantastic. Another Zaharoff fragrance. George Zaharoff, you are great. The fantastic human being that I've known. Beautiful person, and to the best of my knowledge, he's extremely passionate about his fragrances. So every time he releases something, he refers to these fragrances as his children. So you can imagine like the amount of passion and thought he puts into those fragrances, into those creations. Now, this time it's a freshie from the house, and so far I've understood like this was the first ever freshie that George has produced so far. It's called Zaharoff Signature Citrine. Yes, the name gives it away, but there's a little touch on this thing. Let me tell you something before we proceed. The first fragrance that I ever got from the house of Zaharoff, apart from Buram and Tabak and all those things, I still don't have those, but the first one that I have was Zaharoff Signature Royal X, a fantastic, super musky, sexy fragrance. Must have for any person. 100% compliment getter, 100% safe. It's so beautiful. The review is right there on the top. Go ahead and check it out. Now, let's talk about Citrine today. Look at this box. How can you pass up a box like that? Look at this beautiful. It's more like a bit more reddish, kind of like the rose gold. And it's so beautiful. Look at the texture. Almost looks like those orange petals, the juicy petals in orange, or like the clementine that's been used in this fragrance. I'm gonna come to that later, but look at this box. Super beautiful, super nice. And inside, as you can see, like you can take it off like that. The backdrop is like that copper, like a bit deeper, more reddish kind of copper or a rose gold kind of feel, so that, you know, when the bottle sits inside, it gives you that beautiful vibe. So here's the bottle, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful bottle. And at the back of the bottle, there's a little design. There's a little story behind that particular design. It represents like the chakra of life and all those things. The link is down below. Go ahead and check it out. The story is right there. I'm here to talk about the fragrance more. Look at this beautiful cap. It's green. Clearly represents freshness. Green, beautiful green, fresh vibe. And from my last video, when I told you guys you got to pull really hard, and then George corrected me. Thank you so much, George. You don't really pull the cap. I didn't know that. Sorry about that, guys. All you do is twist. It just comes off. If you try to pull it out, it's going to be really difficult, but once it's there, just twist it. It comes right off. I'm really sorry about the previous video because I had no idea about this house. Oh, ooh. Really loving it. Let me read out the notes from the website, from Zaharoff website. It's a lot of notes, but I'll simplify everything. So on the top, you've got willow leaf, mandarin orange, which is from South Africa, sweet orange from Brazil, sweet fennel from Greece. You got red currant. You've got cardamom from Guatemala. At the heart notes, or the mids, you get Arabian jasmine, clementine from Algeria, pink pepper from Kenya. You got figwood, Corsian, cistus, sambac from India. And on the dry down, the base notes, you got dry purple plum. You got gold patchouli from Indonesia, sea amber, oud, white moss and musk, frankincense and myrrh from Ethiopia. Now, guys, that's a hell lot of mixture. But let me tell you something. When this fragrance, the moment you spray this, it opens with such a beautiful citrus that it's unlike any other citrus that you have ever smelled. There's this beautiful smoothness to it. And I guess it's owed to all these beautiful notes that are mixed. You see, like there's a lot of different kind of oranges and citruses that's mixed into this fragrance. Let me just quickly repeat. It says sweet orange, and then you've got mandarin orange, and then you've got red currant and cardamom. So there's this beautiful fruity and creamy kind of opening. That's the most beautiful part. Like usually the citrus that you spray from Freshies out there in the market, it's more like lemony or bergamot or Sicilian lemon, all those things. But this one, although being citrus, it has this beautiful smoothness. You get a creamy vibe, something like a vanilla that pops off your skin, and it's a beautiful fragrance. As it starts drying down, oh, just so you know, this is not a monster fragrance. This is something that's more intimate, more soothing, more uplifting. It's not about letting the world know that, yes, you are there in that room, but this thing has good longevity. Although not too much, I wouldn't say. I mean, 7 to 8 hours, that's a good amount of longevity, I would say. But projection wise, it'll probably project for like almost 30 to 40 minutes max. That's the only loud time this thing has. But after that loudness is gone, after the projection is gone, it's such a beautiful fragrance. It stays pretty close to your skin, and I found this thing performs best when it's hot. It's really warm, it's humid outside. The fragrance oil quality is extremely good on this. Hands down, it's beautiful. And that's why when the temperatures go up, the oil starts to show its real character. That's when it shows its main performance. It pops off your skin. You catch those whiffs. Because still in New York City, it's warm and then again it's getting cooler. So it's pretty difficult to say right now. But I've tried this on those particular days when it was pretty warm. Like you actually sweated here in New York City. It's still cold for a lot of other places comparatively, but it's warm here. So those are the days I found this thing to be extremely soothing and smooth. So this thing has like the citrus part, it lives all throughout the fragrance. And I see like it's mentioned there's oud, there's frankincense, there's myrrh. But let me tell you something. When you hear frankincense, which is incense, and then myrrh, all those things, when you hear that, you probably have this imagination in your head that it's smoky. No, not at all. No smoky vibe. It's all about freshness. All that orange, it's a bit sweet. It's got that beautiful smoothness, and there's this depth. The myrrh, the frankincense, I find like it kind of gives that depth, not for the smokiness. And oud, I don't know, I didn't catch too much of oud. I mean, I've been checking out so many other people's reviews just to understand what this fragrance is about. I've seen Ross, I've seen Justin, I've seen some other people, but I mean, unlike them, I tried my best to find if there's a slight hint of oud in there, but I guess the oud is there for like a foundational thing. Like the fragrance comes off your skin in a different manner. It's probably there because of that, not as a note itself, but like a foundation, like how it performs, how it comes off your skin. That's what I felt. So that was my take on Zaharoff, guys. And believe me, this fragrance is very uplifting, very fresh, very soothing, very calming. It's very smooth. I get this really nice creamy vibe, and it's very much airy. Like it's in the air. It's in the air. I mean, you might have to, I mean, after a certain time, you're probably thinking it's not there, but it is there. People around you will catch whiffs, and it's more intimate. I mean, it stays close to you. It's not projecting all the time. It wafts out. Again, it wafts out when the temperature rises. That's because of the beautiful quality of the oil that George Zaharoff has put into this particular fragrance. Really loved it, George. Really loved it. Hats off. So now I've got two in my collection, Signature Royale X and Signature Citrine, two masterpieces from the house of Zaharoff. Hats off. If you're not familiar with this house, please, by all means, go ahead, get any one of these fragrances. There's tobacco based, there's something lavender based, there's everything. It's like a whole range of fragrances. I'm not trying to advertise because George is a really nice person or anything. I'm just telling you the truth. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, if you did not know already. I'm telling the truth, my observation, my experiences. So thank you guys for staying on this channel. Please make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button when you're done, and until the next video, guys, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.